Who are we here with?
I'm Miss Scheffler.
And how has inflation affected your life?
Well, inflation impacts me because I have not received raises, so the amount of gas to get places and the cost of groceries, it affects my family. How much money we have extra to do other activities and buy supplies and pay bills.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, who are we here with and what do you do for a living?
My name is Brian Evans. I'm a senior CI manager at Masonite Incorporated.
And how has inflation affected your job?
So, as a CI manager, I tend to work with all the functional units in the company, and so it's affected our company in a couple of different ways. We are a large manufacturing of door building products. So, one, our raw material has increased significantly over the last 2 to 3 years. But also on the flip side of that is we import a lot of raw materials from various parts of the world. So not only do we pay the raw material cost side, but our logistics costs have also gone up significantly due to the increase in petroleum costs throughout the network. So we're seeing this on both sides. So to combat this, our company has actually increased or passed on several price increases to our customer base, which has obviously increased the inflation rate to the final consumer.
And how has inflation affected your personal life over the years?
Over the last several years, it's affected it a couple of different ways. One, we did have to buy a 16-year-old vehicle that went up considerably versus what we had budgeted. But every facet of our life, including buying food to taking trips, to just general household items, have gone up significantly over the last year and a half to 2 years.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who are we here with?
I'm Valerie Cody, and I teach here at Fred T. Ford High School.
And how has inflation affected your life?
At this point, the way I see it, and I'm not a really numbers person, but when I go to the gas pumps, it's more expensive. When I go to buy a gallon of milk, it's more expensive. My power bill is higher, but our wages have not increased. So everything around me is increasing, but nothing about my salary is increasing.
Right.
So, and I really feel sorry for people that are on fixed incomes because they don't have the capability of adjusting to increased rent.
All right, thank you.
Miss you.
All right, who are you with?
My name is Kelly Cooley.
And how has inflation affected your life?
Well, it's made me think twice about traveling far away. I like to go down to South Carolina a lot, and I have to go to Virginia a lot. So I have to streamline my trips. Also, when I go to the grocery store, I make sure that I take an antacid before I go into the grocery store, because by the time I come out of the grocery store, I'm sick to my stomach.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, who are you with?
My name is Donna Dellinger.
And what do you teach?
I teach economics and personal finance and also American history.
How has inflation to you affected the country that you've seen?
Well, it's really cut the buying power of many Americans where they can't afford to buy as much. And so a lot of people are putting off buying bigger objects, but also they're putting off like they're having to figure out, do I buy food or do I buy gas?
And how has it affected your life?
My life, my family has put off buying a vacation home. That's on the negative. And of course, it does kind of hurt when you go to the grocery store and buy chicken, or you go to a restaurant and buy food because it's more expensive there. But on the positive, it has increased the interest on my I-bonds. So I guess that's good.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, who are you here with?
I'm Mr. Whitener.
And you're a teacher, right?
Yes, I am.
How has inflation affected your personal life?
Well, I'm still living at home with my family because the prices of everything went up. I bought land and now I can afford a house to build on it because the prices of inflation have made wood and carpentry go up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, what is your name and what do you do for a living?
Matt Melker. I am Director of Credit and Customer Service for a local furniture company.
And do you work in finance?
I do.
How has inflation affected your company financially?
Severely, to say the least. In furniture specifically, there has been a lot of trouble with raw materials. You know, we manufacture case goods and upholstered furniture. So all the raw materials, you know, from the wood, from the polyurethane foam, fabric, fibers, every component of furniture has gone up in cost essentially. So our raw material costs have gone up anywhere from 20 to 30% in the last 2 years during the pandemic. Some of it, you know, large part of it was related to the factories in Texas not being weatherproofed. So when the freeze hit, it shut them all down, and that killed the supply of foam fabric. Our stopgap to that was to apply, you know, additional pricing. You know, we'd increase prices maybe 10-15%. A lot of times we were doing what we called a raw material surcharge. You know, that surcharge was compensatory with actual increases, but not to the full extent. Whereas we may have experienced a 30% increase, our surcharge may have only been 7 to 10%. So we're still losing a 20% margin on some of the increases. So it was difficult. We are seeing a lot of it come down. Our customers tend to be a higher end customer. We have a higher price point for furniture, where a sofa can go anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for a single sofa. So they have a different level of dispensable income, where they're slightly insulated by any kind of inflationary problems in the economy.
And how has inflation affected your personal life?
You know, not as much as it would. You know, I did not lose any kind of employment, any kind of income during the pandemic or any of that. So we've maintained a very similar lifestyle. You know, we save money when we can. It's not, you know, there's certain necessities, you know, fuel, for example. We need to get to work, we need to pay for gas, and it's just become another expense. We have cut in other places. However, you know, I haven't felt at want for things because we couldn't afford them necessarily. But it is definitely, you can see the bottom line is not as black as it used to be.
All right, thank you.